Thank you for joining APC Solution. Today we're going to unbox the Razer Huntsman Mini with linear optical key switches. Without further ado, let's dive on in. Now, in all honesty, this one's not new. It is renewed by Amazon. So a lot of the stuff has these extra decals on it, kind of covering it up. But the big thing about this keyboard, two things, is that one, it's a 60% form factor, even smaller, clearing up more real estate on our desk. And it has these Razer linear optical switches, which have a actuation height of 1.0 millimeters. Biggest complaint I've read about this is that is actually too high of an actuation point for typists. So be interesting to see how this works out. It does have double shot PBT keycaps. So if you're not familiar with PBT, that's a plastic basically that is more durable, should last longer, unlike the ABS caps where after a little bit of usage the oil build up and they get a really shiny basically. And it's a detachable cable. Let's get into here. See how well Amazon's renewed stuff actually looks. So we've got our documentation here like we normally would. Razer Huntsman Mini. All right. Oh, and it did come with our decals. Thank you, Razer. Razer Chroma RGB. So you can put that all over your stuff. We have a cable that is already plugged in, which tells me that this definitely got used at some point, because usually they ship not plugged in. And it appears that we're missing the cover. So that's a couple strikes on the renewed, unless it shows up someplace else in this packaging. And this is a USB-C. Get the box out of the way. So on the back, looks like we've got some 2-stage feet. So you can either have the short height or the tall height, depending on the angle you're going for. And that is it, folks. There is no function row, there is no numpad. There is just your quirky keyboard. And you look on here, you can see that's where your functions are hidden and a lot of your tertiary things that you would normally use. So your up, down, left, right keys are there. You get your page up, page down, end key, insert, pause, and all of your function keys, all your backspace and delete, which is basically turning on your function and then using the said key to do whatever it is. This does have onboard memory as well, from what I've read. And looking at this, it looks like our primary and secondary keys are next to each other instead, which is okay. But they appear to be the type of font that will illuminate. So I would expect all of this to illuminate once we get it up and running. And this is our optical switch. So there's a little bar, little metal bar in there. That sometimes can be a little loose and cause some rattling. I believe this is their 2nd gen switch. You have your little LED light up at the top. Sounds nice and smooth so far. get it hooked up and see how it works. Once you've got the keyboard all hooked up, you've loaded your Synapse software, which will automatically fire off upon sticking the USB into the computer. You set up your profiles. Once all that's taken care of, you'll be able to use the function and the menu key to toggle between the different ones that you've set up. Right now I have 4 set up. This is their flame mode. And then I have just a static blue. Nice little reactive one. And a static green, just to show what it could do. Now if I go in and I disable Synapse, it'll go back to the default where it rotates through every single thing. I believe it's called the spectrum cycle. However, if you hit Control or Function Control 1, that is the hotkey to turn all the lights off. Now if I hit Function Control 2, it'll go to static. What a lot of people haven't realized is if you hit Function Control 2 again, you can actually cycle through the different colors. So we were at green, now we're at red, and I do it again. Brings us to the blue. So there you go, you've got your green, red, blue. If I do it again, brings us to white. And again. And again brings us to pink. So you can see we're just kind of rotating through the different color options. We're at yellow now. And we're back to green. Then if I go to 3, this is their breathing. So the keyboard on its own kind of dims and comes back. And then if I do Function Control 3 again, you'll see instead of green, now it's red, similar to what we saw with the static. I do it again, and you get the breathing with the blue color. Again, you'll see white. Again, you see like a white, brownish color going on here. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. And then after that, we're to pink. And then after pink, we go to yellow, and I believe green is what's next again. And we've completed our options. Then if you go to 4, 4 is the spectrum cycle. This was the same default one that we saw earlier where it just smoothly transitions from one color to the next, going through the rainbow. Then Control 5, we have the wave, so you get all the different colors going across the keyboard. However, if I hit Control 5, now the wave goes the opposite direction. If I do it again, we're going back from left to right, and then the other one says right to left. So from wave mode, hit Function Control 6, and it turns on reactive mode. So when you're on reactive, it kind of lights up based on your keys. And again, you do Control 6, you get red. We had green previously. We do it again. Now you're on blue. And then white. And then this odd whitish color that's not really white. And then pink. Yellow. And we're back to green. And then we do 7. And 7 is starlight mode. You can see they literally just twinkle across the keys. And again, we went for green at the beginning to red to blue to white to this off-white brownish color to pink, and if you can guess the next color, yellow, which is at the end because we'll return back to green. The other nice feature to keep a note of is your cap locks. When your cap locks is on, it stays illuminated no matter what your color scheme or your pattern is. It will always stay white to indicate that your cap locks is on. Same thing is true of scroll lock. Additionally, doing function menu key, you can have different options, which is indicated by function key when it lights up. Typically it's white, but when you're using the onboard memory, you can see you've got a red option, a green option, a blue option, a teal option, and back to white. The white option is the only one that all the secondary functions seem to work. If you're in any of the other options, it doesn't. However, you can see right now I'm on green. I go here, I'm on blue. I had this one previously saved. The next one I believe is green. And the next one, I don't remember. Pink. We set it as pink. I guess we set this one as pink as well. But if I go do, oh, wait. It's on spectrum cycle. I wasn't being patient enough, I guess. And we're back to the original green. So you can have 5 presets here, but for some reason, for this to work with all 5, you need to load 5 in Synapse. And we'll do a deeper investigation explanation about that finding. And that concludes our unboxing video of the Razer Huntsman Mini 60% keyboard with linear optical switches. Fantastic product. Love the key switches, love the form factor. The onboard memory is a little bit not what one expected, but we'll make sure that when we do a deeper dive into that and the quirks along that, we'll throw a description in this video. More to come on that though. Thanks again for watching. If you liked it, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to get subscribed for future videos. Let us know what you think. Was there anything more that you wish that we went over? And feel free to check out some of our other videos. Have a blessed day.